All right, so welcome to Roo Sports. This video is about not falling into the trap that your opponent might be setting for you. Stay tuned and we'll let you know what we mean. So thanks again for tuning in to Roo Sports and hopping on in with us. We really appreciate you being here, thank you. So in this video, we're gonna talk about your opponent setting a trap and you're about to walk right into it. And what do we mean? Well, what we mean is playing into your opponent's strengths. So specifically, this happens a lot of times on cross-court backhand dinks. So the reason why this can happen is there's a lot of people who are actually more comfortable with this shot than others. A lot of ex-tennis players really like this shot. And what can happen is when you get into this kind of almost who can bench press more battle, we're just getting wider and wider and wider, your partners don't really get to play. So you're alone on the island here with your opponent. And what if this is your opponent's favorite shot? Even if it's something that you are actually very comfortable with and taking a ball from here and dinking it cross court. It might be your opponent's absolute favorite shot. It might be 80% of their game favorite shot. So why would we play into it the entire time? Our partners can't help us. We're just alone on the island here just going cross court and cross court. And we're just trying to basically see who can get it wider until the point ends. One of the ways that we can get out of this is we have to figure out another spot in which we can go. But what we realize is when these balls are coming cross court, it can be very hard, specifically again when it's your opponent's favorite shot. These might be coming in with a lot more slice. They might be getting here into the aggressive zone where it's basically 1 foot inside of the kitchen line. That's forcing us to make a decision of, do I take this out of the air or do I let this ball bounce? And both of which are not great if your opponent is getting this biting ball right near your feet. So a couple options here. The first one being, let's get out of it. Let's play to the person in front of us. The problem is we're accepting a lot of risk for very little reward, because if we're trying to change the direction of the ball entirely, we're actually taking the riskier shot. It's always going to be harder to change the direction of the ball entirely. So we're taking all of the risk and the reward isn't huge because the person in front of you is now just going to continue the play. So it's not like we're ending the point right away, yet we're accepting all of this risk. So speaking of risk and reward, I actually wanted to remind you that I am a financial advisor with Edward Jones, and that's actually how I found pickleball. Again, I had clients across the table from me saying, hey, if you love tennis, you're going to love this sport called pickleball. I said, pickle what? Obviously, I haven't turned back since. I absolutely love it. So as a thank you to my pickleball friends, I wanted to invite you for a free second opinion on your investment portfolio. My description in below will have my information. Give me a call. There's absolutely no reason why you should have this market volatility going on without having someone that you know and trust that can address you by name and help take care of you. So risk reward here is we're changing the direction of the ball entirely in order to take an aggressive dink from here and put it in front of us. Even that was popped up a little bit. That ball might have come back pretty hot. So what do we do instead? Well, if we can't change the direction of the ball, but we don't want to get into this big old cross-court battle anymore, we can introduce a concept that we're going to use throughout a lot of our videos, and that is our inside and our outside foot. So quite literally, the foot that's on the inside of the court and the foot that's on the outside of the court. So when we're doing this big old cross-court battle, what we're doing is we're only dinking to outside feet, and we're just going wider and wider and wider, and you have probably done this yourself or you've seen this out there where this just happens all the time. Again, your partners can kind of sit down, take a snack, but instead of going outside foot the entire time, what if we went to their inside foot instead? So that would be if the ball came instead of here to me, it came to this foot instead. So as you can imagine and see, I can't take a backhand from here, or at least I shouldn't. And now I'm not going over the lowest part of the net if I want to go out wide again. So your opponent doesn't get to get comfortable just with this backhand slicing dink. They have to take it off of their inside foot, which might force them to have a forehand, which again, coming from tennis, you're thinking, oh my gosh, I have to avoid the big old forehand. Not at all here. This could be a very good spot in which you can include your partner and maybe get a bit of a pop-up. So instead of the ball coming out wide and coming back nice and cross-court, if this ball came in this way, you might get one of these. Well, that ball just popped up in the middle. Your partner could have came over and smacked that thing, or started to change the direction and started to gain control over the dinking battle. So one of the things we always want to make sure we do when we're playing is we're not just dinking as in we're just participating and everyone's just playing around. We're actually trying to gain subtle control over the point. And so if your opponent loves this backhand dink, instead of going to their outside foot, go to the inside foot. So instead of going out wide, let's go right in the middle, and let's go ahead and maybe get a pop up on that side as well. So thanks again for tuning into Roo Sports and hopping on in with us. We really appreciate you being here. Thank you. If you enjoyed any of the paddles that you saw in this video, please go to roosports.com and consider purchasing when you find something that you like. These are professional quality paddles at a wallet-friendly price. They've been designed with a nice carbon fiber face to get all the touch and control that we want. Thin core as well as 1 inch longer for extra power and control as well. So thanks again for tuning in. Please hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell below. Links to our full pickleball fitness programs as well in the description. We'd love to have you on the team as well. Next time you see Roo Sports around, hop on in.